One round is in the books. Two more rounds to go. More than two more rounds to go. Three more rounds to go. Oh my God.
Well, only one more for the
Florida Panthers.
teams. For the Florida Panthers, yeah.
A maximum of 7 games left for 8 teams. 4 of them will have more than 7 games to play, or at least 4. We're gonna be playing at least 4 more games. But we are here, first round review and our MVPs from each series. We're not gonna go back into every game day because that would take forever. We're just gonna do like 2 or 3 minute summary of each series, give our MVPs of the series, and then we will give our second round predictions. Expect this video to be about 30 minutes long, maybe 30, maybe 8. I don't know. I'm trying to get my audio still set up a little bit, so if I sound weird, and you won't be able to tell with the video, though.
But yes, some series we have more to talk about. Some series we have less to talk about.
Okay, I think we should have it fine here. I'm not sure. We will test it out. We'll see how the video sounds. So anyway, let's start off with the West. We'll start off with the Pacific Division. We'll end off in the Atlantic because those are the 2 biggest chokes. We'll start off with the Edmonton Oilers beating the LA Kings in 6 games. We're going to talk about, like, were we expecting it to go 6? Were we expecting to go 7? I'll let you start.
Well, we all know how many gifts the Kings got in that entire series. Game one was just a good win for the Kings, and they barely won that. 16 seconds left, they tied it, forced overtime, thought they lost in overtime. The goal was called back, and they won. Game 2,
which one was the Kings, high stick?
The high stick was Game 3.
Okay.
Game 2, the Oilers hold on to a lead. Series tied 1-1. Game 3 was probably the biggest gift they got from the referees. High stick Gabe Velarde. You can clearly tell that hits a stick from a particular angle, the one behind the net especially. They call it a goal. Oilers win Game 4 after being down 3-0, which is another gift they got. They were up 3-0. Hold on to it. Game 5, the Oilers win. And Game 6, they got to get from Stuart Skinner's broken stick.
But they just couldn't finish it off. Didn't Yamamoto get the 5th one?
Well, Yamamoto got his 5th goal like later on, but they scored off Skinner's broken stick, but then they can't win the game. What's your take on?
I mean, I was pretty obsessed with a different series, so I didn't really watch this. I mean, me and you watched one game, and it was Game 6, and I looked down from my phone for 1 second, and Skinner doesn't end the goal, of course. I don't even know what to say. I mean, I didn't really watch the series because it's just another rematch of last year, so it's nothing.
But it was a great series, and probably should have ended sooner. The Oilers deserve to probably win in 5. Maybe I don't think it would be a sweep, but ended up going 6. But the Oilers still won.
And your MVP for the series, I have mine already. What's yours?
My MVP from the Edmonton Oilers, number 29, Leon Draisaitl.
Why are you so pissy? Because that's mine too, Leon Draisaitl.
He lit them up. What were stats? Do you have them on?
I can pull them up while you're talking, yes.
Yes. Leon Draisaitl dominated the series.
7 goals, 11 points.
7 goals and 11 points in 6 games. He had a couple multi-goal games. He was all over the Kings.
Jack Campbell, how many games did he play? He just played the last one, didn't
he? He only played Game 4, and that little bit of Game 4.
In 964. Jonas Corposalo, very close second, 892.
And Well, Campbell was MVP of that game, but he only played once, and you can't call him MVP of the series just for one game.
Oh, yeah.
There's a reason why we play 7-game series.
We're already past 5 minutes. Let's move on to the Vegas and the Winnipeg Jets. So, sorry. Vegas and Jesse Pollock. Golden Knights in 5.
Jets.
I was expecting the Winnipeg to at least put up more than one game, but the Golden Knights are just a better team. I'm not surprised that they won in 5. Jets took the first one at home in Vegas, but then Vegas just torn apart. 4-1 series.
The Vegas Golden Knights, game 1 and 2, maybe somewhat game 3, it looked like the team that had the advantage, the team that made their opponent play their kind of game would win. That was the theme throughout the entire series, and Vegas was just better at doing it. Your MVP for the series.
Oh, you let me go first. I'm actually not.
Yeah.
You're expecting the points? No, I'm gonna go Laurent Brossoit.
I'm actually gonna go with Mark
former
Stone.
Winnipeg Jet Laurent Brossoit, by the way, from your Winnipeg Jets.
Yeah, and Brossoit, he did play a great series. He did stone them. Game 3 is the only thing that kind of gets me away, and game 1 was a little shaky too, but Mark Stone had him all over this from the entire series. Moving on.
The Dallas Stars winning their series in 6 over the Minnesota Wild. Let's just skip this because we know what was going to happen. Minnesota can't get out of the first round. They are literally just the Western Leafs.
Except that the Leafs are not even the Leafs that we used to refer to as the Leafs. I just said Leafs 3 times in a sentence and it made sense.
Stars win in 6. I don't know if there's anything to talk about, but let's just go right to the MVP. Who's your MVP? I think it's a pretty obvious answer.
Hat trick in game 2.
Yep.
Rupe Hintz. 12 points in 6 games. That's lit him up.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, keep going now.
I was gonna say very, very close second. Jake Ottinger, 929 throughout the 929 for 29.
Yeah, if
but Hintz still leads everybody in points. So
if Hintz didn't have that hat trick in game 2, I'd probably give it to Ottinger.
Now, we're going to go to the Kraken Avalanche. The Kraken winning in 7, I don't think anybody expected this.
Well, maybe a couple delusional Kraken fans that weren't so delusional after all.
And here's something that's really crazy. There was only 2 games that were over 1 goal apart. Oh, sorry, 3 games. 3-1 Kraken, 3-2 Avalanche, 6-4 Avalanche, 3-2 Kraken overtime, Seattle 3-2, Colorado 4-1, Seattle 2-1. It was a great series, but I mean we watched Game 7 and we tried to watch the majority of Game 7. But both teams played their heart out, but Cal McCarr with his amazing, perfectly legible hit was great.
And I would probably think he should be getting suspended for more than 1 game.
Well, now it doesn't matter, but
yeah, it doesn't matter because they are done. They lost. And those who watched Game 6 and how the Avalanche dominated, they probably knew that Kraken fans are coming at them, and I would bet the NHL Department of Player Safety were like, go Kraken, please win Seattle in Game 7, just so they don't get it from fans.
Now I wonder, who is your MVP of the series? I wonder if we have the same one. I don't actually.
Now, I don't know if I should go with Philip Grubauer or Oliver Bjorkstrand, because Bjorkstrand iced the series.
Not the first one.
I'm actually going to go with Grubauer.
That's actually who I was going to say. He was awful during the regular season. I don't even think he had a 900, but he just was.
895.
He reminds me of who was it Vasilevsky, who wasn't really that good in the regular season, then was awful in the first 3 games, then pulled it together. Like, he's a completely different beast in the playoffs, except for this year. But
No, it was Vasilevsky last year.
yeah, but like he was awful. He's not awful like 890, but Vasilevsky isn't as good in the regular season. But the second it goes to the playoffs, he's a completely different animal.
And that's the entirety of the Tampa Bay Lightning and those kind of teams, except that the Lightning didn't get enough together this year. And we'll get to that.
Moving on, let's head over to the Metropolitan Division. It was to get one that just ended about half an hour ago. The New Jersey Devils beating the New York Rangers in 7 games. And my MVP, I'm not going to say it now, but I think I have one. But
I have one. I would have a different one if the Rangers won Game 7, but I have to go. Break down the series or go straight?
Well, I'll run through the scores quickly. It was actually pretty much none of the games except for Game 3 were 1 goal. 5-1 Rangers, 5-1 Rangers, 2-1 Devils, 3-1 Devils, 4-0 Devils, 5-2, 4-0 Devils. Oh wait, I just realized. What were the goals? 10, 11, 12, 17 for the Rangers, 6, 10, 13, 15, 16, 17, 17 were the goals. They're just in different ways.
Yeah.
It was a great series. We all wanted this to go 7 because it's just back and forth.
It's a rivalry. We all want to see rivalries go 7.
We're gonna
This one did.
Let's say our MVPs at the same time because I'm pretty sure we have the same one. 3, 2, 1. Akira. Yeah, 100%. Only 22 years old. 2 shutouts in 3 games. He was unbelievable.
First playoff game, first Game 7 today.
And he was perfect.
He shut him down. He deserves it.
He was literally perfect. And we'll move on to who the Devils are going to be playing in the second round. The Carolina Hurricanes beating the New York Islanders in 6. Again, I'm glad that the Islanders made the playoffs because Pittsburgh didn't, and there was some really funny stuff that we're going to have to get through soon. But Hurricanes won first Game 1 and Game 2. Islanders bounced back 2-1 series. Hurricanes took Game 4. Everybody was expecting, it went back to New York. Well, nobody was expecting that. You went to 5, didn't you?
3.
And then the Islanders
5 was in Carolina.
But Paul Stastny ended it on Game 6 in overtime. An awful, awful goal. It wasn't like an if you're a goaltender goal. It was just an awful angle. He wasn't ready for it, and it just squeaks through him.
Basically, if you're a goaltender, sometimes you tend the goal, but if you don't pay attention, that's still not good. Just went 5-hole.
I have my MVP, but I want yours first.
My MVP, it's going to be from the Carolina Hurricanes, Antti Ranta.
What was his save percentage? I have to look at that quickly.
He played 6 of the 7 games, or 5 of the 6 games.
I don't think I'm going to be able to look up stats because, skaters. It's only giving me goalies. There it is.
He had the ability to shut games down.
He went
Game 1.
He went 3-2, 906 save percentage.
Doesn't seem as good statistically, but Game 1, he absolutely shut down. Game 2, they're down 3-2 late. They need him to step up. He makes a couple huge saves. And the Hurricanes tie it. The Hurricanes win it.
I'm actually going to
He shut games down. And a shutout, almost shutout, in Game 5. Well, if you score 2 late goals in a game that you lost 5-2, you lost 5-0.
I'm actually going to disagree with you. And this is probably the only time I'm actually going to choose somebody that's not on the Carolina Hurricanes. He had a great regular season. He pushed it into the playoffs. I'm going to go with the other goalie, Ilya Sorokin. He played his heart out.
And he, again,
He had
tried
a
to shut games down, and he was
nine
able to.
929 save percentage for Ilya Sorokin.
Yeah.
Let's move on to our teams. The Toronto Maple Leafs beating the Tampa Bay Lightning in 6 and moving on to the
Oh,
second
how
round.
fun that one was.
It still feels a little weird to hear that.
We won a series.
Da, 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 da.
Well, this one we have to break down to the Leafs.
You just went very, very staticky there. Oh my god.
Well, we got to break down the series because it's the Leafs.
Tampa dominated the entire series. 7-3.
Other than possibly Game 2. Maybe Game 6 was...
Yeah. Tampa was up. They were, what, 3-0 after the first? And it was awful. They would have booed off the ice in the first game. In the first period. 7-3 final in Game 1. And I messaged you and I said, we have to win tomorrow for multiple reasons. Not because it's 420. Because we actually have to win because we do not want to go back to Tampa down 2-0 in the series. And we bounced back.
But if it's 420, you kind of have to win.
7-2.
Just because it's 420.
7-2 was the final, and the Leafs tied the series. We head back.
Barra's hat trick.
We head back to Tampa, and this is where Game 3. Let's just get to because there wasn't any really blown leads. It was just back and forth. I'm pretty sure.
Yes, it was a blown lead because Tampa had a 3-2 lead with a minute left until O'Reilly tied it.
Wow, that sounds very familiar. We'll get to that soon.
I said O'Reilly, not Riley.
O'Reilly ties a minute left. Morgan Riley wins in overtime, and the Leafs are staying in Tampa up 2-1 in the series. And they have a potential to do something that they've only done once in the last 10 years or 20 years, go up 3-1 in the series. And let's talk about the downfall. After 2, 4-1 Tampa.
And Brandon Hagel says something. He says, we've completely dominated. We just got to shut it down. We played great, and we're going to go back into Toronto with great energy with the series tied at 2. Famous last words.
4-2, 4-3, 4-4. We're heading to overtime. 5-4 Leafs. It was 4-1, and we head back to Toronto, up 3-1 in the series, looking to close the Lightning out in 5. And a lot of people were saying, even before Game 5 started, that the Leafs are gonna win in 6, and they were right. The Lightning won 4-2. They dominated. It was 1-0. Leafs, 1-1, 2-1, 3-1 Tampa, 3-2 Tampa, 4-2. It was technically the game was 3-2.
And this is a problem.
Tampa scored the empty net with 4 seconds left.
This was a problem the Leafs had the entire series. And this is a problem the Leafs have had throughout their last 10 years. They could have the lead, but they give it right back. They had the lead for a total of 20 seconds in that game. Was it 24, 25, or 6 seconds? Yeah. It was Tampa dominating again. It wasn't as bad as Game 3 or 4, but again, the Leafs didn't play their best. And this is where every single person in Toronto, every single Leaf fan, this is a scare.
We are not going to blow another 3-1 series lead. We had to Game 6.
And before Game 6, or after Game 5, you messaged me. Oh, we lose the game, we lose the series, it's over. It's over. And I'm like, don't galaxy brain this. 3-2 leads are good.
All we have to do is just keep saying we lose and then we win. Remember? Just remember. Remember in the next 3 minutes, you got to message me to score the Leafs Panthers game. You already know what I'm talking about.
Oh, yeah, the 1,000,000 Panthers.
Yeah. But now we head to Game 6. In Amalie Arena, Everybody's buzzing. Buzzing. I forgot about that word.
Hold on, but I use that word all the time.
Scoreless after one. And it's not surprising. It's a game 6 between two of the best teams. But an
I'm
absolute.
going to talk on the first period. There were 2 penalties called against the Lightning. And this is where you know they are not calling a penalty against the Lightning for the rest of the game. The next penalty is going to Toronto, and surely enough, 30 seconds into Game 6, or into the second period of Game 6, Tampa gets a power play.
They kill it off.
Then, great kill.
And a beautiful, just an amazing shift by the Matthews line. Brody gets it, knows exactly where Matthews is going to be. The one-timer, bar down, and the Leafs take a 1-0 lead going into the third period.
This sounds very familiar because that's exactly what happened last year. They were up 3-2. After 2, they were up by 1 goal at the second intermission with a chance to close it out in Tampa. Oof, Maroon. And then, the Leafs are going to close it out. The Leafs are going to win the series. Steven Stamkos.
4:11 into the third. Stamkos on just a rebound that nobody's ever going to stop. Radish and Cirelli get the assist, and that's all she wrote. We had
maybe a bad break from Samsonov. Maybe you don't want that rebound going to him. But on that shot, you kind of want the first save. Goalie's just always going to first look at the first save, try to make it. He was not able to control the rebound.
We head to overtime. Back a year ago, the same exact thing. Heading to overtime in Game 6 in Amalie Arena. Who scored that? Was that Point?
That was Braden Point, like, late in overtime.
Oh, yeah, because I was on my way home, and by the time I turned on my iPad to watch it, Point was already celebrating. But let's throw back to 2016. John Tavares ending the series and having the New York Islanders move on for the first time in 23 years. 6 years later, he does it again. Matthew Nyes, Morgan Riley assists, 4:36 into overtime, and the Toronto Maple Leafs are heading on to the second round of the Stanley Cup playoffs.
Series MVP.
Oh, shit, I forgot about that. I have mine. I'm going with MTBM, Mitch Marner. I can't say the middle thing because you know what will happen.
Banned.
Banned. I'm going with Mitch. A very honorable mention to Samsonov, but I'm going with Mitch.
I'm going to go with a player that finally showed up when they needed him most. 3 goals in 3 games. 3 goals in 3 games. 8 points in 6 games. Morgan Riley.
Justin Hall.
Justin Hall is the least valuable player. If we have that award. Honorable mention has to go to Victor Hedman because he worked hard.
Oh, yeah.
And the Lightning are always going to work hard. They're going to be back next year, not easier to beat. Respect to them, but go Leafs go.
I sent you something. So let's move on to who the Leafs are playing in the second round. The Boston. I can't say the Bruins because let's just get through it. Bruins take Game 1 in TD Garden, 3-1. Florida ties it 6-3. They tie the series, and I'm just like, they're gonna choke. They're gonna do it. Boston takes Game 3 in Florida, 4-2, 6-2. Now, another downfall. The biggest choke of all time.
I texted you something, by the way, Tyler.
Game 5. Heading to overtime. Okay. 4-3. Matthew Tkachuk. We head back to Florida. Game 6. Just barn burner. 7-5 Panthers. We need 7.
And in that game 6, I pointed out that the Bruins had the lead in the third period 2 separate times, including once when Jake DeBrusk scored shorthanded and Jack Edwards had a literal stroke. And at that point, we knew, yeah, you better save that kind of screams for the time they get eliminated in 2 days.
And now we head to 7. Panthers get up 2-0. They were up 1-0 going into the third. They got 2. I think it was, Reinhart gained the second one?
Yeah, Reinhart early in the second.
2-0 Panthers. That doesn't end it. 3 in a row by Boston. The Bruins take a 3-2 lead. And then right back to game 5. Or not game 5, sorry. Game 4 in Tampa, Toronto. With a minute left. We have a tie game. And one of the most beautiful 3 words we will ever hear. Game 7 overtime. We had predictions. I don't know what our predictions were. It doesn't matter. But what does matter is for the second year in a row, Carter Verhaeghe is scoring the overtime winner and sending the Panthers to the second round. And they went through the Washington Capitals last year, and the best regular season team of all time this year.
And now, a funny note. After overtime, like about 10 minutes after the game ended, my friend Max DM'd me.
Before we do that, who is your MVP of the series?
Oh, yeah. My MVP?
Matthew Tkachuk. 5 goals, 6 assists.
I'm going to have to do it. Sounds lame. I know I got to do it. Sergei Bobrovsky.
That's actually who I was going to go with. But Matthew Tkachuk is like top. I think he's tied for most points.
Yeah, he was tied. Actually, no, I'm changing it up. Brandon Montour. Great defenseman, great two-way defenseman. The entire series. Scored twice in Game 7, including the goal that saved their season. Okay. With a minute left in the third.
You know what? I'll say it. So Josh's friend Max sends him this after the Bruins do the biggest choke in history. It says, "Oh my God, you fucking suck. You fucking choked harder than a toddler swallowing up a cut up hot dog. I know the powers of the hockey gods can be glorious, but this, we might as well have re-witnessed the second coming of Christ. This is the greatest choke in the history of hockey. Congrats, City of Boston. Congrats, City of Boston. Now not only do you hold one of the greatest comeback wins in professional sports, 20-3, but you now have the biggest choke job to go alongside it. Record-breaking 65 wins. Record-breaking 135 points. League's best defense. Jennings Trophy winners. First round motherfucking exit." You didn't just fail. You successfully nosedived a burning plane at 1,000 kilometers an hour into an erupting volcano. Not only that, but you lost to Florida. These guys were practically begging for you to put them down, but after you had that 3-1 lead, nobody stepped up on this team when they needed. Oh my God! Nobody stepped up on this team when they were needed most. I hope Boston Media eats you alive. Delete your franchise now.
Just have to shout out Max for this. If you're watching this video, probably not, but
you gotta start sharing this video with your friends. Also subscribe if you want more.
I'm sending this to him.
Just send the channel to everybody and just you know.
Yeah.
We are halfway through. We are 30 minutes into this video. Let's do our very quick predictions for the second round. We'll head back west, and we'll start off with the Seattle Kraken and the Dallas Stars. Stars have home ice advantage. Who do you have?
Seattle played hard.
I thought you were about to say
They
Seattle in 4.
Seattle played hard against the Colorado Avalanche, the defending Stanley Cup champions, but Dallas, they could shut it down. Jake Ottinger
It's been on fire.
is no joke. He's scary. I'm going to say the Dallas Stars back off of Ottinger and win in 5.
That's actually exactly what I was going to say. I'm going to say Stars in 5. Exactly how you said it. Now, here is one of the most anticipated, in my opinion, the most anticipated, not counting Leafs, Panthers, Hurricanes, Devils. This is the most anticipated matchup that we've been wanting forever. Vegas, Edmonton. This is going to go 7. I can already see this going 7. Laurent Brossoit has been great for the Golden Knights. Skinner's been hit or miss, but the Oilers have the best offense. You have McDavid, they have Draisaitl, they have Hyman, they have Nuge, they have Nurse's defense. They have, I was about this Tyson Berry. He's not on the team anymore.
Ekholm is.
Ekholm is, and they've just been unbelievable. I'm gonna say Oilers in 7. Vegas again just can't get back to the final.
And the thing with Vegas is they're a very fast team. They're a very good team. But Edmonton just they're not as fast as McDavid or the entirety of the Edmonton Oilers. And if Edmonton can show physicality, can show some kind of response to Vegas, they're gonna succeed. I'm actually not saying it's going 7. Edmonton in 6.
Ooh. All right. We have 2 more matchups to do. I just saw the message you sent me.
Don't say it on here.
I am not going to say it on here because I will get banned instantly. Oh, oh my God. I forgot
It's a running joke we have.
Yeah. All right, let's head on to the East. We'll save the best for last. The Hurricanes and the New Jersey Devils. This was bound to happen. It was either going to be Hurricanes, Devils, Hurricanes, Rangers. It's going to be another great matchup. The Devils are young and hungry. The Hurricanes are young and hungry too, but they have a lot more playoff experience. As I know you love the New Jersey Devils, and I know you love the Carolina Hurricanes. I think the Hurricanes are heading to the conference final, and it's going to be, you know what? It's going to be Hurricanes in 5.
This is a series that I just want to see go 7 for 2 particular reasons. One, 2 very fast, 2 very good teams battling at it. And 2, I just want to see both of those teams. I don't like either team. I want to see both of them humiliate each other for 7 games. And I hope every game goes to 7 overtimes. So take all of everything out of them.
All right, who do you have?
I'm going to say Hurricanes do it in 7. I'm saying it. I want it to happen. I don't care who wins, but
and we have
it's going to be Hurricanes.
The anticipated matchup. The Bruins and the late. Oh, wait, yeah. The Toronto Maple Leafs and the Florida Panthers. One of these 2 teams are heading to the conference final. And I don't want to be biased. I think we pretty much have to. The Maple Leafs are going to win this. Unless Bob just completely stands on his head like Price did a few years ago. I'm going to say, it's going to be close. I don't think it's going to go 7. I don't think the Leafs are going to sweep. I'm going to say Leafs in 5.
The Leafs are just...
They have better offense. They have better defense. Oh, no, I wouldn't say a lot better defense. They have good defense.
The Panthers have the defensive advantage because we have Justin Hall.
Okay, well, as long as we don't start Hall, we will sweep. With Hall in the lineup, we're gonna lose in 7. With Hall out of the lineup, Leafs in 5. Leafs in 5.
If Hall's in the lineup, we're losing in 4. But the Leafs, They're coming off of a great series against the Lightning, great energy, coming home to Toronto. This team knows how to win now. They've shown it against the Lightning, against the team that probably knows how to win the most. And Florida, other than Matthew Tkachuk, there's no one really there to pick them apart like the Lightning can. Obviously, the Panthers are not going to go down without a fight because it's the second round of the playoffs. Everyone's going to play hard. Leafs in 6.
Leafs in 6. That is all we have. That's all of our predictions. It's all of our reviews. But it's gonna be tough. Game 1 starts tomorrow. Of course, into video recaps will be back tomorrow. We'll be reviewing Game 1, Leafs Panthers, and Kraken Stars. And in Game 1 of the other 2 series are you can just look it up. How you guys enjoy? This is probably the most insane first round we've had in forever.
Yeah, eat your Timbits, guys. You in tomorrow's recap.
Subscribe, and we'll see you tomorrow. Today is Timbit Tuesday. Go Leafs, go!
Oh yeah, it's Timbit Tuesday.